All right, let's dive into graphing linear equations. But first, here's a joke for you. Why did the x-axis break up with the y-axis? Because they couldn't see eye to eye. Ha ha! All right, let's get into it. We're working with linear equations, specifically in the form y equals m times x plus c. Each part of this equation has a special role in shaping the line. The letter m is our slope, which tells us how steep the line is and which way it's pointing. So if the slope is positive, the line climbs upwards like a proud mountain climber. If it's negative, it's more like a ski slope sliding down. Then we have c, called the y-intercept. This is where the line first steps foot on the y-axis and says, "Here I am." Now, the Cartesian plane, or our graphing, has two axes. The x-axis is our horizontal line, and the y-axis is the vertical one. By finding some points based on our equation, we can plot them, connect the dots, and voila, our line appears. Let's give it a try with our first example. For the first example, let's plot the equation y equals 3 times x minus 1. We'll start by creating a table of values, picking some x values, and calculating their corresponding y values. Let's use x as -3, 0, and +3. When x is -3, substituting it in gives us y equals 3 times -3 minus 1. That's -10. So in row 1, column 1 of our table, we have x as -3 and y as -10. Then when x is 0, y equals 3 times 0 minus 1, which gives us -1. So in row 2, column 2, we have x as 0 and y as -1. And finally, when x is +3, y equals 3 times +3 minus 1, which is 8. So in row 3, column 2, we have x as 3 and y as 8. This means in our table, the first row has x as -3 and y as -10, the second row has x as 0 and y as -1, and the third row has x as 3 and y as 8. These are our plot points. All right, take a moment to think about that. Got it? Okay, let's flip to the next page to see what happens when we plot them. With these points, we place them on our Cartesian plane. Connecting them, we get a nice upward sloping line as x increases. That's just what we expected with a positive slope. It's like our line is on the up and up. Now, let's spice things up with a second example using a negative slope. Here we'll try the equation y equals -2 times x plus 3. Same plan, we'll pick values for x and calculate y. Starting with x as -2, y equals -2 times -2 plus 3, which is 7. So in row 1, column 2, we have x as -2 and y as 7. Next, for x is 0, y equals -2 times 0 plus 3, which is 3. So in row 2, column 2, we have x as 0 and y as 3. And when x is 2, y equals -2 times +2 plus 3, which is -1. So in the last row, we have x as 2 and y as -1. All right, let's give that a think. Ready? Let's flip over to the next page and plot these points. We plot our points on the Cartesian plane and connect them. This time our line is heading downwards as x increases, the classic look of a negative slope. Comparing this to our first example, you can really see how the positive slope lifts the line, while the negative slope gives it a downward spin. To wrap it all up, every linear equation in the form y equals m times x plus c draws a straight line on the Cartesian plane. The slope, or m, is the line's attitude. If it's positive, the line goes up. If it's negative, it comes down. And the y-intercept, c, is where the line introduces itself on the y-axis. Using just a few points, we can bring any line to life. And now, drumroll, my grand finale, plot your line and let it shine on the grid that's oh so fine. Connect those points, you're on the way. Cartesian plane, you made my day. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more. See you next time.